Hey YouTube, welcome back. This is my Halloween edition review. This time, the classy, the lucky, the almost close to Halloween. October 18th. Halloween being just coming next Monday. I figure, not next Monday, but the Monday after. 2 weeks away, people. And I thought I'd bring out one of the low-budget classics. Some of you may know it if you're fans of Full Moon. Some of you might not know it if you're not fans of low budget. But this one, low-budget fan or not, you may like it. Demonic Toys, and this is a triple feature. It contains 2 other movies, but I am here to review just the reason I bought it. Demonic Toys, but I'll give a synopsis to the other 2, but Doll Man versus Demonic Toys, stay away from this one at all costs, and any of the other versus ones, like Demonic Toys versus the Puppet Master, or Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys, I forget how you say it. Even though it has Corey Feldman in it, do not be fooled by his presence being in that movie. It's not even worth talking about. But anyways, let's get into Demonic Toys. Demonic Toys is about a female cop by the name of Judith Gray, played wonderfully by the really sexy, she looks really good in this, Tracy Scoggins. She plays Judith. And her partner, I forget his name. Matt, that's his name. They end up going to a toy warehouse on an ambush mission. They're trying to ambush 2 black market gun salesmen. They go by the name of Lincoln and Guy. I guess they were a little too low budget on the film itself and getting everybody's names. They came up with a name at the last second by the name of Guy, I don't know. But just because of the budget doesn't mean this isn't a great movie, people. Give it some respect. I give it a 8.6 out of 10 hatchets. Now to begin what I was saying about what the film's about. The 2 cops, to make it short, the guy, Matt, he tries to shoot Lincoln, who's basically the whole black market big guy salesman. He shoots his partner, Guy. And what happens when he shoots him, he gets shot by Lincoln, falls to the ground, dies. It's a pretty sad, heartbreaking moment right there, because Matt just found out Judith happens to be pregnant, and there lies in a big cooler part of this movie. Anyways, what happens? Judith tries to shoot Lincoln for revenge. Hell, I'd shoot him too anyway. But what happens? Guy, he tries to follow Lincoln, and those 2 end up going into the toy warehouse, where they were supposed to just stay outside, get the job done, get in and get out. So what happens? Judith ends up going in, trying to hunt down Lincoln and get in and out too. But Guy, bleeding to death from the gunshot wound, ends up just crawling and crawling and crawling. Then the cool shit happens. He ends up bleeding all over the floor, and the blood is just enough to awaken a demon, basically a demon child. The demon takes on the form of a child. He's 66 years old, but he takes on the form of a child. He takes on other forms too. not gonna say until close to the end of the review. But anyways, he takes on the form of a child and also has the ability of possession, but only enough power is left for him to do the possession. He decides to possess all the toys in the warehouse, which is a pretty good goddamn idea. Anyways, the toys wreak havoc, and the Jack-in-the-Box, the one in the middle, being my favorite, and Baby Upsy Daisy being my second favorite. He's right there. He or she, I'll just call it admit. It's my second favorite. Has some dark comedy in it, which, as you may know, may not know, I love myself some dark comedy. Anyways, then we got the introduction of the security guard, who's a fat, lazy, oddly funny security guard, just there to watch over the place, make sure nobody gets in. But he's lazy, you know, so what film do we see him watching? Tribute to their own film company. He's watching Puppet Master 2, my favorite Puppet Master. Anyways, he's just minding his own business. He doesn't care what's going on, drinking himself some whiskey, eating some food, and he calls up a chicken delivery service by the name of Chunky Chicken. Then we get introduced to the other protagonist by the name of Mark. Like I said, he's a chicken delivery guy, not a really good job. Anyways, he's basically like an asshole, but you can't help but like the dude. He smoking a cigarette right in the middle of when he's working, and right on cue at midnight, the security guard, his name is Charnetsky, by the way. The reason I didn't say his name at the beginning, he doesn't really have a big part. Anyways, what happens is he goes to deliver the food, just like any other day. And what happens, the doors close behind him, and he gets to deliver the chicken. He hangs out with Charnetsky for a little bit. Charnetsky shows him a Playboy, and yes, there is a scene with nudity in it. Anyways, what happens, they just hang out, chit-chat a little bit about, like, their jobs. And Mark talks about how much he hates working at the chicken delivery place. And then what happens, the toys come alive and the fun finally starts. The first death is actually, other than the death we saw of Matt, we see a guy get rampaged and eaten alive by this guy. The middle guy, my favorite, the Jack-in-the-Box. He doesn't say anything, but he laughs. He laughs like an insane clown. And I like the way he comes out of the Jack-in-the-Box too. The wheel just spins around and around, and then it's doing the tune of "Pop Goes the Weasel," and then out he comes. He's just laughing at first, and Guy, he doesn't know what to do, and he's just staring at it. The Jack-in-the-Box is able to come out of its box entirely. It's like a green, gooey, demonic worm creature type thing. Eats him, wraps its body around Guy's neck, and continues eating and eating. And then the demonic teddy bear comes by. See him right there in the lower left. He comes by and decides to eat off his fingers. But first, Guy thinks it's a Conway teddy bear trying to come in and save him. He reaches out his fingers. Bad idea. And the teddy bear eats off the two tips of his fingers and then spits them out. So I thought that was a really cool effect. And by the way, the effects of this movie are great. Practical effects all the way through. I think there might be a little CGI in it, but what? No movie is perfect, but this has a little bit of CGI in it. Can't blame them. But anyways, this film, like I said, I give it an 8.6 out of 10 hatchets. The toys, next to the demon who's possessing them, is probably the best part of the movie. The actors are great. Tracy Scoggins has a wonderful role in it. Daniel Kearney, or Cerny, plays the demonic child. They just call him the kid because they didn't give the demon a name. And before I forget, the introduction to the demon, as like showing him as an actual demon, you see like a flashback of how he got trapped inside the warehouse, his soul and everything. And also, he's, like I said, Judith being pregnant plays a cool role in this movie because the demon is trying to possess, sorry, my voice is a little dry. Anyways, he's trying to possess Judith's baby. He decides to do the nasty with her. At least tries to, but it's one of those movies. Great movie. Great ending, by the way. I won't spoil it, but anyways, he doesn't get the chance. But anyways, if he was to get that chance, all hell would break loose and he'd be able to go anywhere he wanted and control the world, do his evil deeds and everything. So definitely check this out if you want to learn more about it. Definitely a great film. Now, like I said, I'd show a little synopsis of the other two. Dollman. Not a horror movie, but made by the same company. They're all made by the same company, Full Moon. This one is a sci-fi film about Brick Bardo. He's an alien from another world. Alien cop. Sorry about that. Anyways, he's a renegade type of cop. He's just a gun-toting, gun-happy type of dude. And what happens, he gets fired because of his lewd, crude way of doing things. And he also gets the maximum punishment of having to be banished from his own home planet. And his boss makes him go to Earth. And when he gets to Earth, he looks just like a regular toy. So that's all I'll give you, like I said, short synopsis. Anyways, then we get to the sorry excuse of a sequel. Yeah, it's considered a sequel, people. There is a Demonic Toys 2 out there. I've seen it. It's alright, but it's got terrible effects in it. And they changed a lot of the character designs for the figurines. Puppets, the toys. Dollman vs. Demonic Toys has the same exact toys in it and everything, so I thought at least that part's good. And they brought back Tracy Scoggins. But this one just didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Judith wants to go back to the toy warehouse to destroy the toys once and for all, and she enlists the help of Brick Bardo, or Dollman, and they go on a wild goose chase trying to destroy every last one of the toys. And anyways, that's all I'll give you. You can get this for $5 down at the Kmart, but buy it mostly for Demonic Toys. Dollman's alright, I'll give it that. But anyways, overall, I give Demonic Toys an 8.6 out of 10. I'll be back with another review tomorrow, and peace. This is Psychopathic One, signing off.